But I think what you said a second ago is having somebody who you see as like a lighthouse in one hand, and somebody you see as somebody you can help in
I
some
need to
way.
be of service.
Yes, in another.
Yep.
Because then that chain of hands goes further down, and so then somebody's holding onto the mud puddle stepper.
Right, exactly.
It's just maybe you're not in that part of the chain.
That's
at this
a good way
moment.
to look at it. Yep.
Yeah. No, man, I love.
It's not my most. It's not that I'm assuaging myself a responsibility here,
Right.
but that can happen with a trickle. Like as long as I'm looking to advance here. Like if I don't look to make me the best representation of Tait Fletcher that I can be walking through the world today.
Yeah.
Then anybody I would help is diminished. Also, it's like that. It becomes like that in a way. You know, your highest good has to be to you.
Yeah. No, I
and
love,
why is that? So I can be useful to others. Like,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you said the word conduit a little bit ago, and I think more and more like that. The more I take care of myself, the more I find that I can be a conduit from some higher power or something to do things that help others that make me then feel good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I
Like purposeful.
yes,
Right.
yeah,
Not,
I can try
not
to keep
even
the
good,
ego out of it,
but
yeah.
but useful. Like fuck. It's like I remember the first time a dude remembered my name from
Yeah.
like a lot of people are like, I don't know how I could be helpful, this or that, and I was new into LA and
Yeah, man, that shit got me tearing up a little bit. Man, I think so much about how much being purposeful is just, it's becoming, I think, the thing.
It's it. Listen, like where this guy's helpful to me, I came back the next week to the same place, and the dude's like, Tait, how you doing? He's got no fucking reason to remember my name.
Yeah.
But I mattered, and it was the first time I mattered. Like it felt, and you can make somebody feel like they matter if you just fucking get out of yourself enough to remember their fucking name till the next time you see them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it becomes that thing. And this friend that, there's a lot of people in America. It's weird because we have more tents than ever. I've never seen, I don't know if tents just became popular, if people are just really calling it camping instead of homelessness.
Yeah.
But like right on Sunset, like in downtown areas where we never had it before, on Beverly Boulevard and La Cienega,
Yeah.
there's tents set up last night. And I was like, this is crazy, And with all that going on in America, and we got a president that's saying we're winning like crazy, and people in the middle are like, life's always hard here. It's always kind of been sucky, and it still is. There's no people with tents there because people don't want to live in Indiana or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And so they don't feel that, but it's like here on the fringes, man, we're falling apart a little bit. But the bottom line is, regardless, is I've got a friend that's got what I would call the disease of affluence. And what happens is, I used to work in these nightclubs, and I'd see all these really rich kids, and they grow up with no consequences, and it's dangerous, man. And it looks shitty to all of us viewing it, but really, with any empathy, it's worse for them. They start to believe all kinds of lies and things that when that veil is removed from them, that safety net, that's a dark area. But with that, I have a friend that is like grew up in a real advantageous
environment,
arena, and is like really delving into spirituality and trying to figure out herself and all that kind of stuff, and feels ashamed of it because doesn't have the same concerns about having to find a career, this or that or whatever that a lot of people do, and isn't drawn to like having a baby and whatever, all the thing that people do to avoid themselves, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, now my purpose is my kid because I was too scared to confront my own life and I don't know how to live it, so I shit out a kid, and I'm going to show them how to not do shit too.
Yeah.
So she's making some real courageous choices, is my point. But like, what does Oprah do? What does Leonard Cohen do? What does everybody do as soon as they get papered up? Man, they try to find God. They try to make sense of it all with spirituality. Like everybody looks towards those common universal vibrations that echo through all of our hearts and souls and connect us all. We're trying to curate that vibe of the universe, man. That's what everybody tries to do. And so at whatever point you're trying to do that, that's the right end game, I think.
Yeah.
And so when you say it's turning more into this conscious, I'm like, I feel like that's the right place for us to go.
Yeah.
And there will be a schism. There will be a divide,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think we're on a lot of elements there where I think there's a lot of things where I didn't think it for a little bit, but now the more I find myself being around that kind of stuff, the more I start to believe that that is the truth, which is interesting too.
You speak it in. I mean, you speak the truth into existence, you know.
And I see it. I mean, the more I put myself in environments where I see people being helpful to other people and stuff like that, the more I start to believe that that's the answer that I never really saw for some reason before, you know.
Well, and all you really got to do is sit with somebody that you really helped, that you've impacted, and the feeling that overwhelms me is that there's never such a resounding feeling that I'm in correct placement in the universe, right in the palm of the hand of God at that very moment, and I'm comforted in a way that I never am when I'm deep into service like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that is like that. There just isn't. And we look for it a lot of other places that aren't the place.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's the Easter egg hunt, man. And that chocolate rabbit's in our hearts, dude. Wow. You know what's crazy is my sister can't even read. But what does it have to do with us right now? Hope you enjoyed that video, and you can watch another. And you can watch this one. You can watch this one. Different options, different choices. Some guy just brings you one option. Not this guy. 2 options. Watch one. This one or this one.